We're back, everybody! A very long break, sorry about that, but thank you to all the tournament operators and everybody behind the scenes actually putting this show together and making sure that we got accurate seeding for all the teams. We now have our next matchup for AoE. We're going up against Team Ambition. I'm hearing that we're jumping right into Pigman because we're trying to get through here quick, but Fizzy, before that, I want you to give a quick introduction. What should we expect from Team Ambition here? Because there's a lot of names that actually have been at the scene.
Yeah, I mean, Chuki's been in the scene for as long as I can remember. But I think what I'm looking most forward to seeing is probably jungle mid from this team. I think this mid laner basically only plays assassin and melee champions. So I'm kind of looking to see a lot of them playing around mid. I know Chuki's very much likes to roam, and from everything I've seen from, and this guy is constantly fighting, whether it's good or bad, he is going to be fighting. And I think if they can make that work together as a unit of three, then they might actually be able to make some good things happen in this match, especially in the best of one.
If anybody follows Solo Q Nemesis 9, you said he was a Yasuo one trick. Was that it?
He used to be a Yasuo one trick. He looks like he plays a Kali Aurelia 2 now, but that's his theme for sure.
Okay, Westrace, good luck in this pick ban because we're probably going to have a lot of his assets in the mid lane. Also, we're going to send it over to pick ban here, but before that, I just found out Fizzy's bench press is higher than mine. So to compensate, I gotta close a gripper 3 in front of him live on stream. I didn't even get it. All right, damn it, whatever. Just go to pick ban. Have fun, guys.
We actually got the Thresh part with the Jinx this time. Wasn't Ben. That's nice. And this is the Zed straight out. Okay. Syndra Zed makes it a little weird. Either it's an error in pick ban or it's a Syndra bot and they just got rid of the flex immediately. Or Zed jungle flex.
Wait, is Zed just blindable like that?
No, but this guy only plays melee champions, so we'll find out. I'm confused. I think they might flex Zed jungle and that they're trying to choose a best of one like that way.
Stream can't see me, but they can hear me. I did get confirmation from Proving Grounds stream. Cubby said that there was a Zed jungle played today, so this could be Zed jungle.
Okay, that's good to know.
And Syndra is technically a flex. I think it does fine to Jinx.
Okay, this is where Syndra Q is actually 40 mana cost, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. What do you think about that lane? Jinx, Thresh versus Syndra, Nautilus.
I think it's fine. I think Syndra. I mean, level 1, Nautilus is a little stronger than Thresh, so Jinx can't just outpush her, and Syndra Q also costs less mana, so they just want to blow up on the wave. They can neutralize it. By the time she's like level 5, there's like a pretty large part of the game where Syndra is going to be a little stronger than Jinx. Okay. I think they have a lot of kill pressure too. Like Thresh cannot block Nautilus hook once like Syndra's level 4 or 5. Like he's just going to get one shot.
Yeah.
Even through Aftershock. So I think that they will at least have Pry on this matchup.
Okay. I think Red Side definitely has a lot more flexibility in the draft right now, though.
Yeah.
Like that Syndra can just go anywhere.
Syndra can go anywhere, Zed can go anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I'm just curious on what blue side does right here.
It also did keep both flexes open with the Mundo picks. That's still good.
Ooh, yeah.
Gnar, very strong into Mundo. I've been playing way too much Gnar this offseason. That matchup is very easy. But
Gnar to Mundo, yeah.
Yeah.
For
Nectin? I don't like Aatrox here. I think Gnar is fine. I think they don't have too much lockdown for Gnar. I think he will always win Sai. I think with... Yeah.
Okay, he finally locked in TK. Okay, TK's pretty good. Yeah.
TK can't die either.
Yeah. Good lane. Victor. Pretty good into Zed and Syndra as well.
Yeah, I think it answers both. And I think they also outscale pretty hard now.
I like left side, blue side so far.
I think Victor's definitely better than Azir. I think Azir is not that good.
I agree. I like
Zed will destroy Azir.
Yeah. Okay, Victor.
Yeah.
Hope he gets the free hourglass. All right,
I think I want to see. Is there a jungler that does really well into lead here? So is that jungle named for the Kali into Victor?
Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on with the right side draft.
Okay, now it's Zed mid, Syndra. Zed jungle, Syndra mid, Vayne bot.
Okay.
But I think Vayne doesn't make much sense at all here. I mean, she gets outranged by Jinx Victor. She won't be able to play team fights ever. So the only way she could be like kind of useful is if she wants to side. I don't think she can side versus Victor though later.
Wait, what are the odds this Vayne is top lane? Is that possible?
Wait, Mundo would have to be jungle. I guess it's possible if they do that.
Possible.
I think it's bad.
I'm pretty sure right side they had too many flexes to the point where they're like, okay, we have Syndra, we have Zed, and they go to 5P. It's like, do you want Syndra? Do you want Zed? And everyone's just like, no.
Yeah.
They're just locked in champions, and they're like, oh.
I think the Vayne makes like no sense at all in this draft. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I don't know what he does with versus Victor later on.
Yeah, I think if it's gonna be your last pick, it better make sense. It doesn't go at all with the theme of the comp, and it doesn't win side either. So it doesn't even like win in its own right. Like it's just not a good game for Vayne by yourself or with the team.
Yeah.
So
left side has left side just has so much security. They also have like consistent damage. You know, like right side they must go in, they must blow their load.
Yeah,
but left side have just too much safety.
Yeah, I think any single fight where Tom Kench is allowed to like, exist and just walk and face check, there's no target that red side is actually going to be able to kill. Nautilus can't just go in on the Tom Kench. He's gonna, even if he hits Tom Kench, he's gonna get thresh hooked and he'll be blown up. Tom Kench will be fine. He'll take Lantern back out if needed. And yeah, there's just more range. I think it's very hard. It's gonna have to be Zed snowballing a little bit, and at least by the looks of it, Zed's gonna be in jungle and he's not stuck in lane. So maybe if some volatility happens bot lane, I can see him picking up a couple kills early. But that's about it.
Yeah, it's hard to say actually, but I do like the left side a lot more. Yeah, too much safety.
Yeah, I think volatility bot if they have mid prio could work, but that probably won't happen until after 6. So
okay, I'm still kind of confused. Like, where is the Mundo and the Vayne going? Yeah,
I think it has to be Mundo top, Syndra mid, Zed jungle. I think that's the only way it makes sense.
So Vayne Nautilus bot lane.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like Vayne. But if they end up just fighting bot, because Jinx is going to be pushing in, and then whenever they have like the wave like not quite able to be crashed, I mean Thresh is still one of the more useful champions in that lane state, so he can still like play Lantern, play safe for Jinx. But if they end up like misstepping, say Thresh isn't playing for Lantern properly, or maybe they get a hook off, they have ping for Lantern, maybe they could kill Jinx before she's able to crash wave. Other than that, I don't think there's too many proactive plays that can happen because they don't win 2v2 straight up. And I don't think that mid will be like super hard prio. It'll be a little prio, but they won't be able to do much off it. Like Victor's not gonna be gankable. I don't think Syndra's just gonna roam down. It's gonna be pretty obvious. There's not much that's gonna happen off it.
Yeah, I think just like based on this draft, it's just left side just like much easier to execute, much easier and more reliable. Like I'm very curious on what red side is going for with this draft. So like maybe they have some strategy in the game that we don't see right now. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe they'll play side lane and Zed's gonna pop off, but who really knows? Very curious on what happens.
Nautilus is one of the better champions at being able to pressure Victor on roam, at least. Like his hook, like if Nautilus hook on Victor, Victor will die if Zed and like Syndra are there. So maybe they could play through their 3v3. Because I don't really see a way that blue side should be able to fight that early. I think Victor takes a little bit longer to ramp up. So if they can use that prio to then play through mid to bot, I think they have a better way of playing through that because blue side doesn't have a carry top. So like while they play mid through bot, there's not much that blue side can actually trade off top side. So if they're able to do that, maybe they can get a Herald, they can get a couple dragons. They should be able to snowball a little bit and at least help Vayne through the laning phase. I don't think it's going to matter that much because I don't think Vayne's super useful later on in the game, but they will be able to at least get her through the early stages of the game.
Yeah, I think it always look for those small skirmishes. I think those are all pretty good options. Like, but the skirmishes is maybe what the red side is aiming for. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for the analyst, right? I think we pretty much very curious on seeing what happens. So, back to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, NBs of all ages, welcome back to the Immortals AOE Scouting Grounds Play-In Tournament number 1 stream. It's the second round of the Swiss, and we won the first match. We are on second this one against Team Ambition, who are also streaming. My friend Random Minion Caster is on that one alongside Gordo. So you can watch both streams at the same time, support us both. Anyways, moving on to this game, Immortals AOE on the blue side, Team Ambition on the red side, and I'm joined by Axeman87. How are you doing this lovely evening?
I'm doing just fine, Finnick. Back again for another game here with you in round 2 of the OQs. What's up, guys? It's Axeman87, and we're looking at a pretty good matchup here tonight. I'm still expecting the AOE dub, big AOE fan. Still got to get that weird turtle thing tattooed on me somewhere. Where are you getting yours, Finnick?
What? I did not agree to this.
Maybe an ankle?
I did not consent. No. No, I'm not. All
right.
Look, you played for an AoE roster at one point. I did not.
I did. I'm a little bit more invested than most, I'll go ahead and say, but we're definitely going to figure out where that tattoo is going later. Anime Girl in trouble. It's offside here.
It comes in from Anticipation and Decoy. It turns into a Smite fight around this red buff. The aggro resets, though, which I believe does benefit the Mundo. Nemesis 9 is making his way over. He tries to get a couple infected cleavers down. Anime Girl does get Tongue Lash. Shochi makes his way over as well. Winston, he's caught out of the way, goes back in, and the flash goes over. And Anticipation gets the kill on the buff and First Blood onto Winston. Decoy forced the flash over the wall to get away from Anime Girl. Shochi, flash follow-ups, now trying to get Decoy buff stealing and complete.
Oh, wow.
9 trades it back around. The buff transfer is complete, as they say. Lots of level 2s gained there. But unfortunately for AoE, Winston got to be far behind on the jungle now. As Anticipation, while he doesn't have the red buff, did get that level.
Yeah, got the level. I believe. Yeah, he doesn't wind up with the buff, I don't think, there. But
Nemesis 9 has it.
Yeah, Nemesis definitely has it, and that's a great play overall from Team Ambition. Really nice rotation there from the Syndra. You're just first on the scene, right? And that's good stuff. It's a really aggressive invade right at the start of the game, but hey, that's actually a big power spike for Mundo's right there. Level 1, level 2, level 3. It's not where he's strongest during the game, but he's actually stronger than a lot of early game champions those first couple levels, so you want to make use of that spike, and they absolutely do here. Winston. No!
Smite using the flash to try to get to the Lantern of Trevor. That is
so close.
Disastrous start. And here comes Chalkman.
No!
Onto Trevor, forcing the flash. The dredge line misses. But Anticipation, he's down bot side, and he's going to try to get this buff off of the Lee Sin now. He has the team to invade here. This could be a 4-buff start, actually.
Oh, the flash over the wall.
Does not get the dredge line. Flashes over. Doesn't get the condemn either, but here comes Anticipation dashing over the wall. And now Trevor, he goes down. Chalkman Ice gets the kill there. And Winston gets 4-buffed.
Holy cow, Finnick. This is probably the lowest we've seen this IMA roster since it was formed. This is it's just game 2, so, you know, they're not at rock bottom or anything like that, but a little bit shaky, right? We want to see them make that comeback. Chuggy's had some great hooks. Missed that flash hook. It was unfortunate, but there were just so many weapons there trying to get Trevor. Eventually, they tracked him down to that red buff, and like you said, he got 4 buff too, so Winston not having a very good time right now. Just has the 1 camp so far, Finnick. That's a real rough time. Dragon coming up in just about 30 seconds. I'd imagine that just goes right over to Team Ambition for free. I don't think there's any map control thus far from AoE.
Yeah, they're 1,500 gold up at the moment. Team Ambition is. Plus for them, top lane's going well. Anime Girl did not give any kills over, and does have a 15 CS lead, or 20 CS lead actually, but it will go down a bit on a Decoy. Mid lane also going pretty well. Shochi 10 CS up on Nemesis 9, but Nemesis 9 does have 2 extra assists on him.
Yeah, he's been doing the rotations too here, right? Trying to get numbers advantages for his team. So that's the reason for a little bit of the CS down here. It's going to make some of that up here, but not maybe not enough. We'll have to see. There's the rotation coming out from Team Ambition onto that Dragon. I believe this one goes down uncontested. I don't think we've actually seen a Dragon get fought over yet tonight here, Finnick. So both games having pretty commanding early game leads. It's just this time it's not for AoE. Shoji's out of mana here.
Be careful about these trades. Trevor's here, but so is Anticipation. Plays a miss. Here comes Winston, though, on the top side. Decoy's very low, and he's not level 6 yet. Gets stunned up by the TK, and they get the kill over to Winston.
You like to see that. Winston making his way back into the game there with that kill. It's a little bit back up on Anticipation. We'll see how Anticipation answers back. He goes for 6 camp clear. Leaves him 15 CS up on Winston. It's a good place to be when you're 2-0-2. Vayne eats the hook.
Nice death sentence, but minions are tanking the turret. As the root lands on the Chookies, tries to get him up with the dredge line, but he is slowed up.
That hook's coming back up here in a second.
Yeah, they got to be careful. Trevor.
Ooh, so close.
As the dredge line gets him away.
So close there, yeah. Chuggy throws out the dredge line. I think if that hook hits, I think he's probably still okay. It would have been close though. So you know, very very narrow margins there between Chuggies and Trevor, but Nem just drops the ult. Just drops the ult on him, and down goes Shoji, crashing that wave into crashing 2 waves into that turret. That's real bad for the Victor.
That's a lot of CS denied, but Anticipation's coming down. They get the fly on a Chookies, and now on a Chocoman Ice, gets a condemn away, but Meech gets a double kill, and now he's excited. Now dueling back onto Anticipation, who does not have a dash to get out of the way. They get this out to flash forward.
Oh.
Super Mega Death Rocket does not get the kill, but Meech, in a 2v3 scenario up against the Fed, Zed comes out on top.
Yeah, it's not good. This is AoE's way back into the game, right? As Meech getting super fed like that. Burns both summoners, gets the 2 kills there. Didn't actually have ultimate up. That was just a Mega Death Rocket, not super Mega Death Rocket. But is going to be able to snowball this into potentially a lead here for AoE. They're just 100 gold down now. Finnick Choco Mint.
Condemned against the wall, into the dredge line, has to try to take the boss cone over, but he's caught up by the ult of the Nautilus. Shochi's here, got the Chaos Storm on to Chookies, who does get out of the way. And I think Winston's playing on tilt. You don't take those cues unless you're on tilt.
Hey, I take those cues, right? We take those cues every day of the week. You got to play aggressive here in the OQs. You want to leave your mark, and you like to see it. He's also just looking for any way back into this game, right? He's so far behind right now from Anticipation on Zed. It was such a nice lead. You're not really seeing Anticipation go for any kind of like PvP interaction. He's just kind of, you know, farming simulator right now, and that's all he really needs to do until he gets that first item, gets that big spike, and then really it's his game, right? His game to lose. He can go anywhere he wants on the map and just start absolutely deleting kids, Finnick.
You know, he might go everywhere he wants, but Mundo, he really goes where he pleases. Anticipation steals the buff, now got the death mark on to Winston. Gets healed up, now out of the way. Second rocket death mark does not hit his Cookies, flashes over to get on to Winston, who's now caught up by a 2-man scatter of the week, and Shochi goes down as well. Double kill for Nemesis 9, and they're on to the Rift Herald.
Going for the neutral objective there. They're going to get some damage down on this mid lane turret on top of that. Might just drop the Rift Herald mid, for goodness sake, and that would really put Shochi in the hole. That's exactly where Team Ambition want him. Victor, one of the stronger champions in the game right now, but you wouldn't know it to look at Shochi.
And Nemesis 9 getting 2 kills off that one does feel very nice. Now a full level up on Shochi. We were talking before this game and before the day about how good Victor was in the current meta. Got the buff from the TV show, of course. Have not watched it yet, actually, Axe.
Really? It's good. You should watch it. It's really good. I liked it a lot,
I just haven't had the time. Like, I've watched Dragon's Blood, but I just haven't had the time to watch Arcane yet.
We're not going to make this about Dota, are we?
Anyway, look, Fly.
Oh man. Chucky's eats the hook over the wall there, blocks that for Chuck mid, but they're going to be just fine. They have a good history over that wall so far this game anyway. Big invade coming through from AOE. They want that blue, but they're not going to get it.
Think about Nemesis 9, depth charge on the back line, but they drop the box. Here comes Anticipation. Death mark on the Meech. Meech, he's able to stay alive, gets the root down on Anticipation, who goes back over the wall as Chucky's trying to frontline. Chocoman Knife, though, taken down as the kick is beautiful. Meech is excited. He gets the kill. Shochi's on the Chucky's and now on to Nemesis 9, who does get a 2-man scout of the week, but is caught up with the gravity field, taken down by the Sonic Wave. It's 3-4-0 and AOE Immortals. They will get the Chemtech Dragon, and not before Decoy goes down low, forced to pop the ultimate top side. Decoy should get out of this one alive. Got the infected cleaver, anime girl.
Well,
never mind.
not quite.
4-0 across the map. And that is why they pay Immortals AOE the big bucks, turning it around just like that. They don't even take the Chemtech Drake here. They grab items.
Yeah, they're going to get a couple items here, but there's just no way around it. That's just a pure and simple outplay. I mean, you got 2-0 and 2 on the Zed first item, the only mythic in the game at that time. You had Nemesis on 4-0 and 2 at that time. There's no way you lose this fight, except that you're making big mistakes. You're getting outplayed, and AOE, they're able to take that fight for themselves. They're going to drop this dragon. They're not first back on the map, unfortunately, as we're still at that point of the game where the death timers are a little bit lower than the reset timers, but they do get that team fight and they get the gold. They're up 1,000 gold now here, Finnick.
Yeah, game flipping on a dime. We'll equalize a little bit with the use of this Rift Herald on the bottom side of the map, and we'll be able to get a couple plates on it. As I would like to point out in that fight, on the desk, actually hold on that thought, Anticipation coming back in. They got the Dredge line back on to the Jinx, and Meech is dead after a condemn against the wall, but not before Trevor trades back on to Chookies. It's 1-for-1, but it's an 80 carry for support. Anticipation diving back in, played back out. Chocoman gets the kill as Winston is trading up onto Decoy, so 2 kills to Team Ambition. The gold is back to dead even.
Sure is here, and a little bit of gold going both ways there. You're right back at dead even now. Interesting to see his fight up top side. Anime Girl just walking up, looking for a little bit of damage on that turret. He's going to walk out. As this game progresses, this top lane is going to get more and more of a snooze fest, right? Just constant fighting. Neither side really able to kill the other all that easily. Definitely with that scaling coming through from Mundo there too as he hits level 11. Very difficult to kill with that second point in the ultimate. So it's we might have the camera jumping up here pretty often, but there's not going to be a whole lot of kill pressure.
Directed camera likes top lane. It just is what it
sure
is.
Does.
There's other stuff going on the map. Directed camera is still top lane.
Yeah, no, likes the action, and they're smacking each other around up here, but not a lot of damage going down. Just some very tanky boys. Down bot side, take a look at the vision red side have set up. Team Ambition looking to get that advantage with their utility, but that dragon isn't coming up for another 3 minutes. Might try to make a play around their jungler, who's still doing fairly well, all things considered, but has managed to find himself on even footing with the enemy Winston, despite the Lee Sin having 4 deaths.
Interestingly, Anticipation going for the Eclipse as the item of choice. Not the new one. Sad to see.
The new one being Axiom Arc?
Yeah, not Axiom.
I think, Axiom Arc would be a legendary item, so they could build both of them, but yeah, I think you might go Axiom Arc first item. Not 100% on that.
I thought it was a mythic. That's my bad.
No, it's a legendary item.
The new season, we got all these pickups. Anyway, Lee Sin going in.
Ooh, great.
Cookies. And goodbye, Meech.
That's a good kick right there. Yeah, Winston's like, I have 4 deaths, but I can still pilot the heck out of this champion. Take a look at this and just.
He gets outranged. TP coming in from Decoy. And they're just forcing the Mundo out to the bottom side of the map. There's no objective on this side. That is a TP that gives Anime Girl free time in the top lane.
Yeah, so fun fact, we're post 14. He could have teleported to that ward behind Meech and Trevor. This is just trying to force them off this turret, right? It's not a lot you can do 2v2 there. I think Meech might actually just still win that 2v2. Thresh, Mundo, and Vayne, Jinx, but they're going to back off for the time being as Decoy decides to stick around.
Ambition.
Chucky's in the wings.
Well,
yeah.
Trevor's playing a little bit far forward. I think they just have to seed this, but they do have Winston. And in goes the dredge line back into the flay. They got the damage in from the AD carry as Trevor goes down.
Oh, here we go.
He gets it onto Chookies and Decoy goes down. Anime Girl swallowing the Lee Sin to keep him alive. And they're on to Choco Mint 3-4-1 in favor of Immortals AoE in the bot lane.
Now that's a teleport, gang. Both your solo laners teleporting behind the enemy team there on the push, and they get the turret, but they lose so much team ambition due there. It's a great rotation from AoE. Dragon is up in 35 seconds. They're looking for this Rift Herald now, and they have garnered themselves so much map pressure here. Finnick, they can take basically whatever they want. There's just no bodies on the map to stop them. They're going to get bot turret here, looking for this Rift Herald as well. See if Chucky can put a stop to this push mid lane. Looks like a no for me.
Outpush of Victor with an empowered E.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, Victor's at that point in the game where he just shoves every wave in one spell. It's great.
For sure, yeah. He's got tier 2 boots. Really?
6. Yeah.
I don't believe you. I think you only play Anivia.
Well, now I do, but back in season 6, I was a Veigar one trick with Victor as my secondary pick.
Yeah, for when people ban Veigar, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, who bans Veigar, but still. Anyway,
not me.
In a little bit of trouble here. Over towards the blue buff. Caught out GLP as he gets hooked up, played back in the box as well, and Mundo may go where he pleases, but not around his own blue buff.
Yeah, not there. There's just too much pressure now from AoE and too much map control. You see they drop the deep vision on their way out here and just continue that pressure moving forward, catching out those rotations, making sure that they're one step ahead. It is Team Ambition taking this opportunity to sweep out that Rift Herald, sweep out enemy topside camps. They might get this topside turret as well. Nemesis looking to put that turret away from themselves. There's no what's that comeback mechanic called? Neutral, not objectives, objective bounties. No objective bounties on the table yet, but it's good gold to have in the pockets.
And gold is pretty much dead even at this stage in the game as well, but we were talking about it in draft, or the desk was talking about it in draft. Immortals AoE has easier to execute on win condition here of just scale. Right? They have a Jinx, they have a Tahm Kench, they have a Victor. And in goes the Zed. Anticipation, though, he's going to get taken down. The dredge line does land on the 2 members, but Anticipation caught out by Meech. And it's a shutdown going over to the Jinx. As they're unable to get that Sonic Wave. And unfortunately, the Lee Sin nearly taken out by a Scatter to the Weak of all things.
Yeah, that was it's an interesting play there from the Lee Sin, but yeah, he's made quite the comeback in this game. 5-4-5 now as they take that topside turret down. That's the first death for Anticipation, that last one, but it's felt like he's done not like he hasn't done very much, right? I mean, he was 202 for like 10 minutes there, gets a bunch of assists. That last team fight finally does go down there, and I don't know, it makes me question the Eclipse build. It makes me question, you know, maybe some of the pathing he's taken, but he does have Choco Mint.
Here comes Meech. Choco Mint flops out of the way. The Decoy, he's in, has the ultimate available to him. In comes the junglers. Anticipation gets out with his light, able to get Meech down as Chookies comes back in. And here comes Anime Girl trying to work his way into the fight to find Winston. Winston goes down very low, able to ward hop over the wall to get alive. Anime Girl now frontlining for his team. No neutrals on the map, but the Baron spawning in 10 seconds, and the Jinx is nowhere to be seen. I'm going to push this with Rift Herald.
Yeah, Rift Herald's going to come out here. They're going to get this mid turret off of that. They're pushing as 4 here, too, so they could go... Oh, wow. Chocomet eats 2 turret shots. That's not good at all. So now they're definitely going to have to back off. I don't know if they were going to go for that push anyway. I think probably not. They take the reset here 2 minutes out from Dragon. They want to make sure their waves are in a good position for that neutral objective. But yeah, you don't want to eat turret shots for no reason like that. That's not the best look here. Down bot side, Winston already pushing out that lane, making sure that Team Ambition have to commit to pushing these side lanes out before this Dragon comes up. You don't want to give the enemy team the opportunity to just deathball around the map and get their waves pushed out for free here. You want to make sure you're bouncing them back. I'm Shoji.
Root back though, so the Death Mark won't be able to kill him, but Nemesis 9 still in the area. Anticipation gets away from the Chaos Storm, but Nemesis 9 uses the unleashed power to pick up the kill on the 2v1.
Yeah, that's an assassination in the purest form of the word, right? 2 versus 1 up top side, tons of burst damage coming out of Zed, coming out of the Syndra there, and there's just no opportunity for Shoji to survive that onslaught.
Dredge line can't get out with the Dark Passage, and Chocoman picks up the kill.
Yeah, Meat's going to go down, gets picked right off, right after Shoji gets picked. That's going to mean Dragon going over fairly easily, I would say, here, as the positioning from AoE is not going to be there. They're not going to have time to get into that positioning. They're not going to be able to fight over the vision here. They're going to have a good 20 seconds to get onto this Dragon, while Team Ambition are already going to be set up. Look at the red vision on that bottom side of the map, Finnick. There's like 7 or 8 wards down there. There's nothing for blue side.
No, there is not. Winston's flying towards the top side of the map anyways. He's Nemesis 9 trying to recall, but is himself spotted on a control ward. Anticipation in the wings, but Anime Girl is around as well. And has not shown on vision yet. Anticipation, oh no, he's caught out, tries to go over the wall.
Oh, wow.
And Winston with the kill. Now 6, 4, and 5. Now on an unstoppable streak. After a very rough start to the game, Chocoman has to use the Condemn to get away from Anime Girl, as the Scout of the Week is a swing and a miss. And they're onto the Baron because Anticipation is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, and this is a great play here. Decoy solos up that Dragon down bot side. Ooh, big hook from Chuckies.
And here comes the Convergence as Trevor does get a hook in the zone. They get the Baron, flash out of the way from Nemesis 9, but they get the death sentence onto Chocoman. And the shutdown goes over to Anime Girl as Decoy. He's popped the ultimate, trying to get out of the way. They get another death sentence, this one onto Chuckies, but the Condemn to keep Anime Girl off of the back line is enough. 5 members of Immortals AoE have Baron, and they're pushing in the mid lane. Jinx now excited. Got some rockets on a Nemesis 9, but does not follow that up as the Scatter of the Week works for the zone control. Here comes Winston on the side, not caught out by a Dredge line as Anticipation tries to run away. Now Winston in trouble in 1v1 versus Decoy, now coming back in with the Sonic Wave as here comes the Dredge line, but it's caught up by a Flay, and Meech is back to being excited. Now onto Anticipation we go. Anime Girl looking for the knock-up. Anticipation can't make it.
Anticipation!
And the shutdown lands. Oh, from Nemesis 9 all to the release him, but it might be a little bit too late as the Jinx is here. He's excited.
Wow.
She got the Super Mega Death Rocket on the 3 members. Chocoman Ice now has respawned, but is taken down immediately by Meech. It's a 4-for-1 with a respawn in the middle of it for Immortals AoE.
That was incredible. So many amazing things happening in the last series of events between them taking the Baron and taking this inhib, but I can't believe Anime Girl survived that, for one thing. He had like maybe 50 health on the back end there after taking that last turret shot, but what incredible macro from IMA to recognize that they could rush this Baron down while Team Ambition were looking for that Dragon down the bottom side of the map. They realized, you know, we got Meech, we got this super fed Jinx. Let's just throw him up against the Baron, see how far we can get it down. Meanwhile, Team Ambition are on the back foot, down a Dragon with their top laner. I'm not 100% sure he even had teleport, and Nemesis has heal too, right? So you can't really get around the map as quickly as as AoE can, and yeah, you're just going to drop the Baron for it. You're going to lose your inhib as well.
At Immortals AoE, they are in a winning position now as we approach the late game. Jinx on 3 items. Oh, baby.
Yeah, no, it's a lot here. A lot of advantages going to the side of AoE so far. Not insurmountable, right? Just a 4K gold lead. And if you're Team Ambition, you're looking for that final Dragon. But I gotta tell you, Finnick, it's a Cloud Soul. It's not the best, but it's definitely going to help you out at this point. It's what you're looking for.
Yeah, the push continues on the top side of the map. They got the Baron up cannon. Minion. Baron alive for another 20 seconds from Mortals AoE. This will be the final wave, pushing in the top side of the map. They've got Anime Girl and the TK pushing in the mid lane as well. Making sure that one stays pushed through the supers. Anticipation almost gets caught up here. Actually, has to dash out of the way from the Chaos Storm. The Baron buff is over.
Yeah, it is. They got quite a bit out of it there. Getting that mid inhib and then getting the top turret as well. They're still pushing onto this inhib turret, so well worth getting that Baron objective for themselves. Decoy maybe looking for the flank here. Looking for that engage. Anime Girl is so big, though, Fennec.
Tanky boy, and Chocomint. He's on 2 items, but not to the Gwinsus yet. That's really hurting his chances up against the TK. Obviously, not going for the Kraken Slayer. Needs the survivability of the Immortal Shield Bow here. But still, this can be a little bit difficult. And Chocomint actually backs and gets that Gwinsus as they get a depth charge, but it's only on one member, and Chookies, he's not able to get the dive guaranteed for Anticipation, who saves the 80 carry. Meech now on a killing spree. Excited gets the double kill, and now on a Nemesis 9 they go. It's a triple kill. It might be a quadra. No, it's actually 2 kills, 2 double kills over for Immortals AoE for the mid and bot lanes. And Anime Girl picking up the 5th. Game 2 of the day going over to Immortals AoE. They go up 2-0 in the Swiss.
Immortals AoE defining this team going into this split of Proving Grounds. It's just a big team fight monster, man. That last team fight, it was a team effort. 2 double kills, and the last kill there from Anime Girl. There was not a single member of this team that was not incredibly strong as we ended this game out. There were some touch and go moments there at the start of the game. Want to shout out Winston and Shochi for totally turning this game around for themselves. What a performance from both of these players, but really it was Meech who shone brightly in this game just from the get-go. Started out strong, finished just as strong here, Finnick. Great performance from these guys.
Yeah, Meech was so incredible on that Jinx. I think back to that dive bot side, the 3v2, where Meech comes out with 2 kills and his life. Just absolute unit on that Jinx this time around. Anime Girl also an absolute unit on the Tom Kench, 4-0 and 12. Being the big beefy boy that Tom Kench is. Anyway, we're going to throw it to the analyst desk. And that means... Axman and I, it's time to say goodbye for the night. Anything you want to say before we get off the broadcast?
No, it's a pleasure working for AoE. Love coming out here and supporting the boys. Thank you for having me on, and I'm looking forward to next time.
And with that, we're going to toss it to the analyst desk. Kangas and company, take it away.
Thank you, Finnick. Thank you, Axman. Great casting, guys. And once again, Anime Girls win. I can't believe it. Can't believe it, guys. Unkilled in that game as well. You know how there's like triple double in basketball? I feel like we need a similar like catchy name for when an 80 carry or anybody goes like double digit kills and assists, but single digit deaths. Can we workshop something here?
I think we just have them retire if they hit double digit deaths. I think that'd be fun.
Well, yeah, but the idea is this was the impressive stat, the 10, 3, and 10. Westrice, you got any ideas?
Sorry? Say this one more time.
A catchy phrase for when you get double-digit kills and assists, but only single-digit deaths. I'm thinking like a 2-1-2.
Like an Oreo.
Ooh. I like that. That's good. Well, regardless, AoE 2-0 on the day. Impressive stuff. Westrice, what are you thinking so far? Are you impressed with these players?
I'm very impressed on how AoE recovered, but I'm also disappointed with the way that they utilized their lead on the red side. I thought they had an amazing early game, but I think that they had the wrong idea of how to use the resources. I think using the dragon tempo on dragon, and it's not really a dragon game. If they use that tempo to dive Jinx instead, they would have created a better situation for themselves.
So Team Ambition, you're saying that's who we're critiquing.
Oh yeah. Team Ambition.
Just wanted to confirm. Yeah. Yeah, because you had mentioned that like they spent that time, especially that first dragon. There was also a window that you can just do other things during those windows. And I believe the two of you were talking about how sometimes you go for the dive and then you peel back and you get the dragon as like the prize after the dive rather than the primary play itself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, you touched on a little bit the initial play. Winston started off level 1 with the late invade, and then goes for his own invade, dies twice, runs back to red buff, sees his support die, and has to go up to wolves. Fizzy, how the hell did Winston recover from this and get the team back in the game? That was insane.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, like they were doing a good job for the first part of the game, chasing him, and they fought him again topside, and he had 0 CS for the first like 3.5 minutes. It was definitely a rough start. And then even after that, he only had like half his camps to farm. There wasn't anything even to do on the map. He ended up finding the gank top, which got him a little back, and he got a couple kills here and there. And then just as Westrice was saying earlier, when they ended up using their tempo to dive bot, that's also to take dragon instead of diving bot or invade the jungle. That was time where he was able to just sit there and farm. And there's not like an instant payoff from getting that first dragon, so it's a lot of catch up time for them to make that happen and get back into the game. And I think in general, the red side just wasn't using their mid prio to keep shifting and playing. They kind of just kept playing on bot, and then Meech time and time again just kept either outplaying them, or there was a good hook from Trevor or anything like that. And or Victor just pressed R, and then Vayne couldn't play the game in the one fight in their blue jungle, and just like 3 or 4 times in a row, they just kept losing their lead. And even though they ended up having another good play later on, invading the top jungle again when Zed was 6 and Lee was still 5, it just wasn't enough.
And I know that a lot of that, I mean, the early game was what it was, but like you said, things like that, Victor ult zoning away the Vayne was kind of fed in the early game, but it didn't matter because the range disadvantage against the Jinx Victor was just so insane. And Westrice, I know that you were a big fan of this draft in general from AoE, so I'll give you a coach moment to hype up the coaching staff of AoE and their drafting skills here.
Whoever's drafting for AoE, you're doing a solid job. I think you're creating very solid team comps that has a lot of fallback in many win conditions. I think when you draft in a way where you have multiple win conditions, you're setting yourself up for a much easier game. So I want to say congrats on that, or good job on that rather. Yeah.
I like it. Well, I want final thoughts because I know that Unified, the primary stream, is still going. So I'm assuming that we'll want to host them since our games are done for the day here. We've gotten through R2, so we can all go check out the games going on the actual channel itself. Final thoughts, Fizzy, from yourself, either specific players that stood out to you or just general thoughts on AoE on the day?
Meech had a pretty solid day overall. I think he was definitely individually performing very well. I think he was always contesting where he should. Not really getting caught out at all. I think he even took some greedy options, but he backed it up and wasn't getting caught, like the first game we watched especially. So I think I'm excited to see how he plays out. And I think I'm interested to see how the top laner Anime Girl ends up working out, because I think they played pretty good without much attention at all today. I didn't really see them doing anything like that was bad. And they were playing tank, they did fine. They were always in the right spot, not getting caught out, not overextending on ways that they should be, like, for example, the other top laner on the other team and Team Vision getting caught out. So I think I was impressed by them for their first showing, and obviously Meech did a great job.
Yeah.
I love it. Westrice, anybody else you want to call out or anything else to just note from the games themselves?
I just want to compliment on the way AoE is like cohesive as a team, like starting from the draft. I think it's very clear with the identity of each draft that they're drafting. And it seems like everyone's doing their job too. Like everyone's doing their part. Anime Girl is just doing a great job, especially on that TK. And Victor is just doing his job farming to late game. And then just like their bot lane is just outplaying, just completely outplaying and outshining their opponents. Yeah, I think they're just doing a great job as a team.
Well, that's the thoughts from the analyst, everybody. Thanks, people, for sticking by the stream. I know we had that long, break in between games 1 and 2, but thanks to everybody who stuck around. GG's to Team Ambition and also Trance Tyrants, who are the first opponents on the day. Better luck going into tomorrow's matches. You still got more ahead of you. I don't believe anybody can be knocked out today, because if you go 3-0 tomorrow, you can still make it in. So best of luck to the teams competing tomorrow. Producers, let's see. Maybe I'm promising something we can't do, but if we can throw the host over to Unified Live, we're going to close the stream here. But thank you, everybody, for stopping by. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.